What's up guys, and welcome back to Everything Wedding, where we showcase the best there is when it comes to wedding gowns, suits, evening wear, bridesmaids dresses and elegant shoes. Generally the best there is in fashion. If you're not yet subscribed, kindly hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, share this video with your friends and family, because you just might never know who might need it. So in today's video, we are going to be sharing with you these gorgeous romantic wedding gowns that I know that you guys are going to love. And these are some of the wedding gowns that you can wear during summer. You can have a beach wedding in some of these gowns, and I know that you guys are really going to love them. So guys, as we get to enjoy these gorgeous gowns, we are also going to be giving you a few tips when it comes to choosing the perfect wedding venue. So we're going to give you a guide on how to pick to choose the perfect wedding venue. So guys, as you all know, your wedding venue is probably the first big decision you'll have to make when you're planning a wedding, and there's a lot of that you really need to think about, so it can be a very tough decision. So here are some of the things that you need to consider or you need to do so that you're able to find and choose a perfect wedding venue. So we're going to start off by knowing the types of wedding venue, and the most traditional wedding venue is a house of worship, such as a church or a mosque. These are usually available for the wedding only, but some also offer reception space, and hotel weddings are also very popular, as you can usually have the whole day in one place. And for large weddings, banquet halls work well, and if you're looking for a rustic venue, you can choose a barn. You could also get married in a vineyard, a winery, a garden, a restaurant, a country house, a city hall, or even at home. So no one type of wedding venue is better than the other, and it all depends on your taste and your needs for your wedding venue. So when you start looking, dozens of venues are bound to come up, and narrowing down to which ones are worth visiting can be a tough decision. So you gotta start by considering some of these important factors. So number one, you have to consider your budget. What's your budget? If you're on a tighter budget, then you're going to look for packages that are cheaper, and many venues do not list their prices on their website, so you may have to call to inquire. Don't look at a venue that you cannot afford, or you're sure to feel disappointed when you cannot book it. You also have to consider location. Where do you want to get married? Is the venue easy to travel to? Is there enough parking for those who will come to your wedding? What public transport is available for those who will not come driving, those who will be using like public transport? Are there enough hotels nearby for all your guests where they can stay in case they want to spend a night? Are there available hotels? You also have to look at space. How many people will the venue hold? It's no good falling for a huge country manor for only 500 guests if you want for 500 guests if you only want 50 at your wedding, and it's equally troublesome to view an intimate public garden with room for 50 if you're going to be expecting 500 guests. You also have to consider personality, and that is your personality. Does it suit your style? If you're a modern couple, is that church really for you? If you've always dreamed of a classic white wedding, is a funky downtown restaurant the best pick? So when it comes to when is the right time to book a venue, popular wedding venue often book up well in advance. So most people try to book at least a year in advance for their wedding. If you want to get married on a weekday or a less popular time of the year, then you might be able to leave it a little longer. But booking too close to your preferred date is generally not a good idea, because sometimes if you book really far in advance, you may be able to get a bit of a discount too. So that leads us to the question, where do you find wedding venues? So Google is the best place where most couples are going to start looking for their wedding venue. Search for wedding venues near me, or you can search for wedding venues in the area that you want to get married. So you should find plenty of options this way, and we'll find both venues' own websites and listing sites. So wedding fairs can also be a good place to go find a venue. Many venues hold their wedding fairs, so you can see how the venue might look when dressed for a wedding. So look around the venue and find some local vendors at the same time. So what if you want a wedding venue on a budget? So if you're on a budget, you don't really need to worry. We have some great options for wedding venues that you can actually try. So if you're on a budget, you might want to consider a family property. Does a family member have a large, beautiful garden? Maybe you could get married there. So garden weddings at home are very popular and can make a beautiful, relaxed ceremony at no cost. The second option could be a small venue. So small restaurants, local bars, and town halls often have space, for weddings that will be much cheaper than when you opt for larger venues. So if you're planning a smaller wedding, one of these could be ideal. So if also you're on a budget, you might want to book early, because many venues, they offer deals with those looking to book well in advance. So if you book early, you might have an option of getting a discount, which is very unlikely if you book late. So you have to choose an unpopular time. So most people want to get married, in the spring or the summer, and everybody just wants to get married on a Saturday. So these make those days very expensive. So because they are always in increased demand during that time. So if you don't mind when you get married, you can save a lot by choosing probably a weekday or getting married in the winter or during the fall. And also, if you're on a budget, you might want to book a package, because lots of venue offer package deals where you will get venue and you'll get food and you'll get items like flowers included. These can often be cheaper and mean exactly what everything will cost from very early on, so you know how much you'll need to save for your wedding. So guys, also you need to ask a wedding venue representative some questions, and when you go look at a wedding venue, you should ask the person who shows you around a lot of questions, so you can find out as much as you can, and this will help you to make the right decision. So when you're looking, it can be very hard to remember all those questions, so it might be useful to you can write them down somewhere. You could also email over all your questions before you get the appointment, so your representative can find out answers to anything that they aren't sure about by the time you get there. Kindly don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I hope that I'll be able to see you guys on our next video.